What up, y'all? My name is Dominic. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the ultimate vlogging rig for your iPhone, or really for any phone. Let's get into it. To be a vlogger, you're super interesting, you live this amazing life, and you want to get all this content out to the world. Or you're just a boring loser that wants to dabble on YouTube like me. Well, I'm here to tell you, you do not need all the fancy gear to get started. Really, getting started is the hardest part. I struggle with it myself. Vlogging is tough. I bought all this expensive gear and I still don't do it. Save yourself the time and money, and let's get into some things that can get you started using nothing but an iPhone or really any cell phone. I want to start off by saying you don't need any of these things to vlog. Really, you could just pick up your phone and start vlogging using nothing but the onboard mic and camera. But your videos will probably suck, as will your personality in your early videos. So what I'm here today to show you is that there are some accessories that you could buy, really cheap, affordable things to make it a more pleasurable experience. What accessories am I showing today? A more reliable, high quality experience, and to make it really convenient and easy for you to vlog. Because let's face it, if it's not easy and convenient, you're probably not gonna do it. Just like working out instead of going to Subway. We're gonna start with some small mini tripods. And what these are small mini tripods. What in the hell? This is the word. The reason I like these is they give you a mounting point so that you can mount up some type of bracket or cage or some kind of device to hold the iPhone. It also gives you an extension to bring the phone a little bit further out to give you a wider field of view for the shot that you're trying to do. Plus, Casey Neistat does it, so I feel like as a vlogger, it's kind of mandatory to be in the cool kid scene. All right, the first tripod I'm gonna show you is called the Manfrotto Pixi Mini Tripod. It's just a really basic desktop type tripod design. With some sturdy legs that fold in and out and give you a nice little handle to grip. It's good size for my hands. It's got a nice little ball head mount that swivels around. You can adjust the angle of it just with a push button. When you release the push button, it locks into place. So it's really nice and a quick way to change your angle. Just a nice little rubber screw on the top. Seems really sturdy. It holds about 1 kilogram of weight according to the website. And it's just a really great design. It's cheap. It's only 17 bucks, $17.49. $17.82 in my link below. If you want to buy any of this stuff, I appreciate you clicking the links. It helps me out. So I really like that. That's one option. Another option for you guys is the Joby. That's kind of the gold standard or the cool kid standard in vlogging. This one is called the Joby Gorillapod 325, and that's because it holds 325 grams of weight on the head. And this one, unlike the Manfrotto, does not have a locking mechanism for the head. So it's just kind of a tension ball head system. So whenever you move it around, it kind of just, you stop and it holds it into place. So it's a little more iffy long-term on reliability. I think this will wear out because there's no locking mechanism holding it in place. Also, if you do increase the payload more than the recommended amount of 325 grams, it may not hold it as well. For any cell phone, you're really gonna be fine. This one comes in at $22.95. The thing that I like about this one that the Manfrotto does not do is you can only adjust the head a certain amount of angles around with the Manfrotto, but you can't change it if you have something mounted landscape. You can't change it to portrait. On the Joby, you can. You can mount it this way, or you can flip it to its side completely, and it'll be mounted this way now. So that gives you a little bit different flexibility and control if you want to go portrait or landscape. More on that later though. The next piece to this puzzle is the actual mounts that you're going to put your phone into. I saw a plethora of different options online. I did some research, I looked at them, and really I narrowed it down to two that I really like, and I'm going to show you them today. The number one thing I was looking for in a phone mount is the ability to have a cold shoe on it. And I'll tell you about why that's so important to me. It's because I want to be able to mount external accessories to this setup as we go on and build out. So the two that I found that did have cold shoes built in were these two, the Ulanzi and the Manfrotto. Both of these are really good options. I'd recommend either of them. They're cheap, they're affordable, and they're well built. I'm gonna start with the Ulanzi. This is the ST06 tripod mount with the cold shoe built in. I really like it. It gives you a lot of flexibility. It gives you a lot of little things that you can do and control to make it really quick and easy to change it up on the go. And that's what's really important when you're vlogging. You want to have flexibility, ease of use, and control. So this Ulanzi is, it's got a little locking mechanism. It's extendable, so you can fit any phone out there right now. And it locks into place. So you release the little lock on the side and it locks it into place. So it holds really well. It's got little rubber mounts, so it's not going to damage your phone, which I like. It's got a built-in cold shoe on top, which is excellent. And so let's go ahead and mount the phone up. I'm going to show you some other features of it. All right, so as you can see, it locks into place. It holds the phone really well. I really like the design of it. Things I like about it is it's got a cold shoe mount on bottom as well as a 1/8 threaded screw underneath. So you could mount it into any cold shoe mount, as well as you could mount it on any of these small tripods using the threading. So you thread it up, screws right in. There you go. Now it's got your phone nicely mounted. You have a little hardware bracket for it. So it's safe and secure in there. Some things I like about this little mount is it has a little adjustable screw right underneath the phone here. So you just unscrew that and you can then change the angle of the phone. So if you want to move it up and down, you can change the angle to be able to shoot whatever you want. And it's really convenient. Another thing I like about it is without removing it at all, if you want to change from landscape to portrait or horizontal to vertical, for those of you who aren't photographers, it swivels and has a tension system, so now that you can hold it vertically like this. You want to swivel it back, you swivel it like this, and now you're horizontal. Really, really nice for on the go, really good control. I will say there is a tension system in here that holds it once you go vertical or horizontal. There's no locking mechanism that keeps it in place. So I think that tension, like any cash in my wallet, is just going to burn out over time. It's not something I would think is highly reliable, especially with heavier phones or if you're doing it a lot. But, you know, that being said, this thing's only 12 bucks. I think it was $12.95. So if you can't afford to replace it, you know, once a year or once every other year as they burn out, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video. You should probably be looking for a job. That is the Ulanzi mount. I really like it. $12.95. Just a must buy if you're getting into vlogging. Another option though is the Manfrotto, and this is the Manfrotto Pixi clamp universal phone mount with a cold shoe. So this is actually my top choice. I recommend this over the Ulanzi, and I'm going to get into a number of reasons why. Number one, I really like the rubber mounting points where your phones will touch. They're ribbed for your pleasure. They're ribbed to hold you in place a little bit better, hold the phone in place a little bit better, and they're just thick. They feel a little more robust than the Ulanzi. So I don't think that this is going to damage your phone at all over time, and I think those will hold up really. Another thing I really like about the Manfrotto is the locking mechanism on the back. So it's got this little lock that you lift up, and then you extend the mount to mount whatever size phone, and then when you find the size that you like, you just lock it back down, and now it holds it into place. And I found this to be really reliable and hold the phone securely into place once I had it locked. More so than the Ulanzi, because it is spring loaded here and the Ulanzi is not. So when you lock it in, it grips the phone on a spring, which is pretty strong, and then you lock it on top of that. So that just made me feel like this was even more secure in holding the phone. I could shake it and it's not going to drop the phone in any way. Now there are two mounting points on here. There's a screw mount on the bottom and then a screw mount on the side. Both of these points are really nice and metal screw mounts. The thing I don't like about this thing, and it's, you know, the positive and the negative, is that if you want to mount it horizontal, you screw in at one point, but if you want to flip it vertical, unlike the Ulanzi, you can't do that. You got to unscrew it, flip the whole thing vertical, and then change it like that. So a little bit less control, a little bit less flexibility, but overall more secure, more safety, and I just think more quality overall. So I'd recommend this Manfrotto. This one goes for $19.99, so it's not that much more expensive than the Ulanzi, and I just think over time this is going to serve you better, especially because as vloggers, I think with your phone, and I could be wrong, but most of you guys out there vlogging, you're going to be vlogging for a specific media output. So you're either vlogging for YouTube, or you're going to be vlogging for Instagram. We're going to do it in the same mode every time. So you're either going to go horizontal, or you're going to be shooting vertical the whole time. So if you are one that's changing a lot, get the Ulanzi. Otherwise, go with the Manfrotto. The difference between quality vlogging setups and you becoming a quality vlogger and your $2 cousin who's shooting bootleg music videos is the audio quality, and an external audio device like an external microphone is what's going to set you apart. Now, it may not play a big difference when you're indoors in an ideal studio situation like this. The iPhone onboard mic will do plenty fine, and I could get away with vlogging on there, no issues at all. But when you go out into the real world and you start having wind noise and hissing and people talking around you, or you're in echoey environments, that onboard mic is going to be trash. So you will need external devices. And that's what I'm going to get into right now. First up on my list is the Saramonic Di Mini Mic, and it's a iOS universal mic that just is plug and play. So it plugs into any iOS device with a lightning cable on the bottom, lightning port on the bottom. So it just plugs in directly to the iPhone. like so, boom. And now you have a directional mic pointed right at your face. And it's super tiny, super convenient. It's just a cute little setup that is really nice to have. So this is a great little setup right here for vlogging. You can get a lot done with just this right here. It's small, it's convenient, it's compact, and you could use it a lot. So I will say this Saramonic mic versus the onboard iPhone mic, you know, in an ideal studio situation like this where it's really quiet, you're not gonna hear that much of a difference. Here's the audio test. This is the mic test of onboard mic for the iPhone 12 mini. Here it is. Check, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. How tired do I look? And this is the Saramonic Di Smart Mini microphone, plug and play into any iOS device. It's really portable. This is the mic test for that mic. Test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2. How tired do I look in this shot with this mic? The Saramonic value really doesn't show in the audio quality test here, but they will show when you're starting to have plosives and wind noise, and that's because you can have the ability to put on something like this wind muff that comes with it, or a dead cat. I saw some out there that are available, but they were back ordered, so I didn't get them, so I won't be able to show you how much of a difference it is. But when you're out in the wind or in external places where you have a lot of sound going on, an external audio will always be better than the onboard mic. So that is the Saramonic. This comes in at $39.95. It's an okay value. Let's talk about some others. Up next on my list is the Movo VRX10, and I'm actually going to do its own review just on this mic because it is so popular and it's such a great value for the price at $39.95. Comes with little shock mounts. It actually comes with 2 shock mounts, 2 cables, a dead cat, a case, and just for the price, it's really great. So you can actually use this on your DSLR or your phone using a dongle or anything like that. It's just a great little mic. Here's the audio quality test on that mic. Just the onboard iPhone mic, no wind muff, nothing on it. Just taking the phone out and shooting away. Just a mic plugged in using the dongle into the iPhone 12 mini. What does this sound like? Test, test, test. It's pretty windy outside. How are we doing? I'm sure I'm picking up quite a bit of wind noise. It sucks because the wind like dies down for a little bit and then picks back up. But for the most part, it's pretty windy out here. What does it sound like? Are we getting a lot of wind noise? All right, guys, and this is the mobile mic with the wind muff on. It is extremely windy out here. It's like not a mild test. This is a very serious test for this wind muff. And let's see how it's doing. I don't know if it's picking up that wind noise a lot. I don't know that I would be vlogging in this kind of weather, but it's great for my test right now. But this is the Movo with the wind muff. How are we doing? Such a stark comparison to without the wind muff on, I'm sure. And so as you can see, it is a big difference. Now, the one downfall to this is quite big. So you will need to use your cold shoe. Let's go ahead and plug it into that. And unlike the Saramonic, now you do have a rather large audio setup coming on the top of your iPhone. So it is a little bit bulky, it is a little bit big, but it gives you the ability to cut out some of that wind noise, all of that wind noise. Gives you excellent quality audio. And who cares what you look like? You look like a loser vlogging anyway. It's not about the people out there, it's about the people on the screen. So you just got to get past that and move on. So this at $39.95 is an excellent setup. I would say this is one of the better setups right now, but it's not the ultimate setup. Let's get into that right now. So I give you 2 more options for the ultimate vlogging setup, and that is the Rode Wireless Go system and the Shure plug-in iOS mic. Let's talk about each of them. First of all, the ultimate vlogging setup, I'd say the ultimate vlogging setup, it's this bad boy right here. This is the Shure Mv88, and this is a little bit expensive. This goes for $150, and it is a plug-in mic on the iOS device. So it plugs in like that, no wires, no cables. It's just a great looking little setup that's compact, small. It is a little bit bigger than the Saramonic, but not by much. And let me show you the audio quality on that. This is the mic test of onboard mic for the iPhone 12 mini. Here it is. Check, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, and this is the audio with the Shure, what is this thing called? Mv88. Okay, this is the Shure Mv88 microphone. And one thing I noticed is that this mic is a lot bigger, a lot heavier, and also does not compatible with many of the cases that I own for the iPhone mini. So the Saramonic obviously worked with the case that I had on it, no problem, because it just plugs right in. The Shure is a little bit more bulky and it has a little bass to it, so didn't work with just the onboard iPhone mic. No wind muff, nothing on it, just taking the phone out and shooting away. All right, y'all, this is the Shure mic with the included pop filter. I still wouldn't probably use this in windy situations. This probably still sounds pretty bad. Let's hear how it sounds. Test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the Shure mic with the pop filter. All right guys, so same exact spot, same exact extremely windy conditions, and this is the Shure mic with the not included dead cat that I will link below. This is something I found on Amazon. I've tested it out. Let's hear how it sounds. Test, test, test. 1 2 1 2. Again, I don't think I would be out shooting in this like cold, windy of a situation. Like it's very, very windy right now. But let's hear how it sounds in comparison to the pop filter and the no filter at all with the Shure mic. The Shure also does some wind reduction, which I do not have on right now. So this is just straight plug and play into the camera. And this is the Shure mic with the dead cat. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. How does that sound? So as you can hear, the Shure is a big difference from the built-in onboard mic. I also found this dead cat for it. So you can cut out all that wind noise. It is directional, so you can use it in a plethora of different situations. You can use this thing to podcast from your phone. I mean, this is just a really nice microphone. It is expensive, at $150. It's no joke, but I think the quality is there, the value is there, and I understand why it goes for that much. And this right here, this is the ultimate vlogging setup in my opinion. It's small, it's compact, you have your screen, you can see what's going on, you got good audio, it's lightweight, and it's just convenient. I mean, this is it right here. If you want to vlog from a phone, this is how you do it. So that's my recommendation there. I got one more recommendation for you, and that's the wireless Go system from Rode. I have these, I love them, I use them all the time for shooting different videos, you know, wedding videos or anything like that. This is my go-to. The range on these is outstanding at 50 yards, 50 feet. And for vlogging, I'd say it's just really easy because these can go right into the cold shoe on top. You don't really need it to clip it on the cold shoe. You can clip it on the phone itself, and then you clip the mic on you, and now you have a nice little wireless setup. So if you're doing things like cooking videos or car review videos or things where you need some distance between you and the camera, you could set up a tabletop setup like this and then get your cooking done and be moving around the kitchen. If you're going to be doing something like that, the Shure or any onboard mics are not going to work. That's where you need something like a wireless system, and that's where this system becomes the ultimate vlogging setup. So I highly recommend that. This comes in at $199 in black and in white, depending on the color clothes you wear. Rode Video mic, a wireless system, and I'm the exact same spot. I have my hood on now because I'm a bit dramatic, but this is no wind reduction, no dead cat, nothing. This is just straight Rode wireless Go system plugged directly into the iPhone. Let's hear how this sounds. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. All right, and now this is the Rode wireless Go with a dead cat on, an included dead cat, and the wind has died down a little bit in this spot, but I can tell you I've tested this out before in many different locations, and you do not hear wind noise with this system, so it sounds really good. I highly recommend this for a lot of you guys. It is pricey. You are going to spend some money on this system, but it's really effective at knocking out the wind noise, and it's also super convenient because I don't have to worry about being right on top of the mic. I actually have it clipped on my jacket, not even pointed towards my face, so I would say this is an excellent system. But this is the sound test for the Rode Wireless Go. Test, test, 1 2 1 2. How does that sound? So another nice thing about this system is I can plug in, I can keep this clipped on my hip, and I can plug in a lav mic, you know, a $20 lav mic, and get that connected on my shirt. I'm gonna do a full audio review on this Rode Wireless Go here soon, so stay tuned for that. But that's a nice little setup to even get you better, more convenient audio, so you don't have this clip sitting on your shirt looking like a moron. You can instead look like a moron with a lav mic clipped onto you. So that is it, folks. That is my ultimate vlogging setup for your phone, iPhone or any phone. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I brought you some value. If I did, please subscribe. I appreciate you. If you're gonna pick up any of this stuff, please use the links below. I appreciate y'all. Hit me up, show me your loser vlog videos. I'd love to show you mine. They all suck right now, but we're gonna get better in time. And eventually, if we stick with this for 10 years, we may be able to afford a car payment off our vloggings. Talk to you guys next time. Peace. The thing I want to point out is that with the Shure microphone, if you're going to go with that system, you need to go with the Ulanzi clamp instead of the Manfrotto clamp. With the Manfrotto clamp, because it has two different screw-in points, one of the points does not work with the Shure because of the base that is wider than the phone. And this is why I get paid big bucks as a tester to figure this stuff out and waste my money so you don't have to. So if you're gonna go with the Shure, which is an excellent system as an onboard mic, then go with the Ulanzi clamp because that's the only one that works both in horizontal and vertical mode. The Manfrotto clamp will work in one mode but not the other, so it depends on what you want to do. And I think it will not work in vertical, it will work horizontal. So that's the only issue.